Yo, Billy's here.
Yo, Billy has arrived.
Billy Xiong.
Billy Xiong.
Xiong.
Xiong, baby.
So Billy is the first Asian male on this pod, like Asian male. We've had Filipinos, but you know they got raped by like Spain and everybody. So they're
a combination.
They're a combination of things. But actually, before we go into it, welcome to the Set Breaker podcast. And today we have a guest that you already know because it's his name. His name is
Don't choke down.
His name is Billy Xiong.
Xiong.
That's
right.
Billy, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being swole. One of the swole armies of Asian Americans.
Oh, thank you.
Because we need more of that to represent.
We do.
Because people want to be putting us down like, wait, you're submissive. You're submissive. Why are you talking to that girl? You weakling. Why are you talking to? Dude, okay, so I'm going to get right into it.
What's up?
We've been wanting to talk about this.
Okay.
You, Billy, okay. Guys, if you are only listening to the audio, Billy's fucking swole. He's a big Asian dude, okay? We always make jokes about him, about being so big, because he is big.
So you guys want to see?
Yeah. Go to YouTube if you want to actually.
Go to YouTube.
Them guns, man. Them guns. And you know he can fight if he's got an big Asian tattoo on his fucking bicep. Only Asian dudes that can fight do that. I don't. You know, because like I say that I'm down for the people. I represent. But then when I was like, oh, I want that Asian tattoo on my spine with all like the characters, I was like, are people gonna test me?
If they see that, they'd be like, ooh, this guy might be a part of the Yakuza or something.
Yeah. But then the real badasses might want to test it, like, oh, you think you like that? Cause like to some people, I might look, people that don't really know me, I might look like I might be because my haircut, you know, and then like I'm not huge, but I am in shape, you know. But mentally, when it comes to fighting, I'm not tough at all. I'll just be like, hey, hold on, guys.
Let's talk this out.
Yeah.
We don't need to go push any further.
Like I'm the type of dude to look at a dude that if I catch like staring at my girlfriend, who no longer exists right now, but the future girlfriend, like he'll be looking, and I'll look back like, what's your problem, man?
You mad dogging this guy?
And if he looks away, I'll be like, fuck yeah, dog. But my fear is, what if he gets up? What if he gets up? What am I gonna do? I'm just gonna be like, hey man, my bad. You know, like, dude, no disrespect. I'm having a bad day.
I caught you looking at my girl, and then I just like, you know, let me take my frustration out on this guy.
Yeah. You know, then we get, you know, like this is the shit that guys do when they don't want to fight. Like they go, oh. You know, like we all know, we like close our eyes, look away, like you know.
Yeah, you know. I mean, I didn't mean to do that, man. You know.
Yeah, I don't mean that.
I apologize.
I know. Okay, so Billy, you are. I don't meet many Asian dudes from the South. Where are you from again?
Well, my parents, they're from Laos. But technically, that land pretty much, my people, I guess, my parents, they share with the Laotians. I'm actually Hmong, Hmong. You can look that up. We're like, the best way I could describe it is like we're like the mountain people of the Asian.
Like nomads.
Yeah. You know, we live in villages. According to some of the stories that my dad tells me, you know, he'll wake up early in the morning, go walk miles just to go grab drinking water, and then walk a mile back. You know, and the way to make money is to farm. You know, you sell what you grow. Pigs and cows are like very valuable, you know, because that's meat, dude. You know.
Oh yeah, because protein is hard to come by.
Hard to come by
because you gotta literally keep them fucking alive, right?
You gotta keep them alive.
You gotta give them your resources. You gotta give your resources to a resource.
Yes.
That's gonna die.
For your good.
For your good.
And the funny thing is, like, we use that as a almost like a currency. You know, we don't use money over there, or I mean, they still use money, but they'll be like, "Hey, I'll give you $20 and 2 of my cows and 3 pigs for your daughter," you know, or yeah.
So the daughter, okay, we were like protein, animal protein was that was the highest, but actually not. It's daughter protein.
Daughter protein. here's the thing. Like, I don't know. I don't know how other Asian people go, or other, especially, I don't know how Chinese or Koreans or Japanese, how they work with their, whenever they get married. But with us, it's like we have to pay the parents like a certain amount of money in order for us to marry their daughters. So it's a crazy concept. It's a crazy thing. So it's like. It's one of those things where I'm thinking to myself, I don't think I want to marry another Hmong girl right now.
Yeah, because there's going to be a lot of expectation with that, right? And I think that's why I haven't been dating Korean girls. Like I told you off camera, I'm 30 years old, and I only went on 2 dates with one Korean girl, and I'm Korean in my whole life, right? That's it, man. And I think it's because I know that Korean culture, they're very about like position and status, very superficial. They can be quite superficial. Obviously not all of them, but fucking large chunk of them. And I mean, look what I'm doing. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a money maker. So I think a part of me feels like a little insecure about that. Like, fuck, am I gonna have to deal with these fuckers? It's like a preemptive attack. Like, I'm already assuming that's gonna happen.
I copy that.
So
copy that. Damn, I feel you. That's why a lot of my girlfriends or my ex-girlfriend has been black. So
really,
yeah.
Oh, but that might have been like a South thing too. Right?
Yeah, maybe it's a South thing. Huh. Maybe, I don't know. For me, like I've always tell everybody, like, I like to taste the rainbow. I like to see what's out there besides just Hmong girls. You know what I'm saying? My parents are like, they want me to marry another Hmong girl, but I'm like, let me see how white girls are, or how Korean girls are, or how this Indian girls are. But my dad is always like, son, she might not be, she looks good, but she might not be able to cook the same food that you like to eat and stuff like that in the long run. And I'm like, yeah, I could see that, Dad. But like, and then my dad's like, what about us? Who's going to take care of us? Usually it's like, the daughter-in-law helps taking care of the parents and stuff like that. Damn. What if she doesn't know how to cook the stuff that I like? And I'm like, well, Dad, she can always learn.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. So my dad's dead. Like, he died. Like,
oh shit.
I always say it like that, and everybody's like, "Why do you say it like
that?" I say it so calm. Like, yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, because he died like 9 years ago, and I used to worry like, fuck, I gotta. I'll be honest, because I have friends who would have their dads, like, they'd bring their girlfriends over, and the dad would get kind of perverted, and I'm like, what if my dad does that? But now he's dead, so I don't got to worry about that shit. Plus the fact that I don't have to the extra parent, because if they're straight from Korea, so there's a lot of expectations that come with that, but there's 50% less expectation. I'm serious. Like,
oh my god,
it's been so long. I'm like, fuck it. Like, it's like cool.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. But do you feel that the pressure? Do you still feel it? Like, how do you?
Well, for pressure wise, I mean, obviously there's always gonna be expectation. There's obviously, because my dad has always wanted to be. Well, one thing my dad would always tell me is like, look, son, I'm happy with whatever you do. Just make sure that you have your own life started. All right. I want to leave this earth knowing that you're in good hands now. Because I never. Don't get me wrong. My dad has always wanted me to be like someone, like somebody, like a doctor, a lawyer, typical Asian thing, right? My dad sometimes, he'll get jealous whenever he hears like, oh, so-and-so son became a doctor, so-and-so son did this, did that, did this and that. Meanwhile, I'm like, here I am out here in LA trying to become an actor and everything. My dad, one of the first things my dad's like, son, are you making money yet? Are you good? I'm like, no, Dad, I'm still struggling right now.
That's honest though, because other kids would lie.
Yeah.
And you're just like, fuck it, this is what it is.
This is what it is.
Yeah.
My dad's like, look, son, you're 30 right now. I'm 30, by the way.
We're the same age.
Yeah, we're the same age.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, right. So my dad was like, look, son, you're 30 years old right now. Your cousin, he's only 25. He's already have a wife and kids. And where's my grandkids at? I'm like, that.
They're still in my sack.
Yeah, they're still in my sack.
They're waiting.
They're waiting.
Like, let me out. Let me out. I'm dying. I got 1 day before I disappear. What's the life cycle for sperm? Like if you don't bust a nut, like do you know? Because I think they die, don't they? Or do they just wait and swim around?
I think they have a certain amount of lifespan, I guess you could say.
Yeah, they do, right?
Yeah. And then if you don't bust it, I mean, eventually you have wet dreams.
That's true. And then they die anyway.
They die anyway.
They dry out in the desert. Damn, that's kind of sad.
I know.
Maybe fuck this shit. Okay, so okay. The South. You lived there for how long?
I was there for about 18 years.
18 years?
Because my parents, because I was originally born in Fresno, California. And then they moved towards the South when I was like 2 years old. So that's pretty much, I grew up there and everything. So I would say 18. And because I left and joined the military like right after high school and everything. And then obviously I come back down. And when I got out of the military, I went back to the South for a couple more years. And then came back out here in LA.
From the moment I met you up to now I really hear the Southern dialect, like the Southern accent. Because when you got to realize I'm not used to that from an Asian guy. So even though my brain heard it, it like transmogrified it into everything. Like you'd say that, and then my brain hears everything. So now I hear it even more, and I think I hear it more, especially because I'm out of a relationship. So I'm extra like hyper aware of my senses. I'm like, damn, everything. I like that. That's badass.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Everything, man.
Oh, yeah.
Everything. Just like a twang. Twang, man. Damn, so 18. Okay. And as we all know, as we all hear, well, I don't really know because I never grew up there. But how true is it that minorities get fucked with there?
I mean, yeah, that's true. But here's the thing. You get fucked by everybody. That's what people don't understand. People just think that, you get fucked by the white people. Like, no. It's me being an Asian guy.
Yeah. Asian male.
I got fucked up by the white kids. I got fucked up by the black kids. Hell, even the Hispanic kids. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, God damn, where my people at? Like, where's my backup at? Like, God damn, I'm being attacked by all these other people and I have nobody to back me up. Like, what the fuck?
Damn.
So, being Asian, growing up in the South, you get fucked up by everybody down there. And but I mean, to be honest, that's what helped me become me. You know what I'm saying? Is to overcome those bullshit and stuff like that. Because growing up, the white kids don't want to fuck with you. That's the thing. They don't fuck with you. They'll like say hi and stuff like that. They'll keep you away from their circle. Black kids, they're provoking you. They're provoking you all the time. Like, hey, Ching Chong, hey, you want? They always try to pick a fight with you. I'm like, God damn, dude, I'm one guy. Like, come on, man. There's like 4 of you guys. I'm like only one of me. Like, why would you want to pick a fight with me for? Come on.
Yeah.
And then obviously the Hispanics are like the same thing as well too. But over time and everything, I've always viewed that as more of a challenge. I remember as a kid, I used to come home crying because all the kids back at school would make fun of me so bad. I'll come home, I'll cry so hard that you start to hyperventilate.
Oh yeah,
yeah. You have a hard time breathing.
You're trying to catch your breath,
but you can't and stuff like that. And then I remember my dad came and saw me, and my dad's like, "Why are you crying for?" And I was like, "Dad, they made fun of me at school." Like my dad. Here's one thing my dad said. He taught me a powerful lesson. He's like, "Son, are you gonna die?" I was like, "No." Then why are you crying like that? If you were gonna die right now, yes, act the way you do. But if you're not gonna die, then why the hell are you doing that?
That's so true, though. Yeah.
I was like, huh. But as a kid, you still haven't like a process that mindset and everything. But my dad has implanted that seed inside of me, and over time, I started thinking about they call me chink, they call me fat, whatever. I'm like, oh well, am I gonna die? No. Oh, okay then, I'm okay.
It's like, I'm all gravy, man.
Oh my
God,
God.
dude! Like, how much since you've learned that as a child? How much has that wisdom that your dad instilled upon you, how much has that helped you to this day, current day, as an adult?
Dude, as an adult, that has helped me a lot, to be honest. That has helped me a lot because, you learn not to care about what other people think or say about you. You know what I'm saying? You could be, and it took a while for that seed to actually bloom into like this big tree, whatever. Because even like during my teens, I was still kind of weak-minded, I guess you can say, or still care about what people think. Hell, even in my early 20s, I still kind of care. But eventually, that seed kind of blossomed, and then just like, oh, okay, well, fuck it. I just, if you can say the most horrible things to me, and I'm just gonna be like, cool, it doesn't bother me anymore, and stuff like that. So it has played a big role for me, at least, and it's also helped me become a little bit more harder. And it comes to the point where I even view myself like, this is kind of easy for me right now. Like sometimes when I go through certain obstacles and stuff like that, I'm like, this is like my everyday routine. I'm gonna do this. This is too easy for me right now. This is not challenging right now. I need to put myself in that situation where I could feel like, okay, I'm in danger. Okay, all right, fine. That kind of stuff. But overall, that wisdom really.
Wait, you seek like physical danger?
Physical danger, yeah. Yeah, I guess I wouldn't say physical danger, but it's just more of those things where like for example, I do a lot. Obviously, I do weightlifting, right? I do weightlifting. There'll be moments where my friend or my gym partner doesn't show up.
Oh.
And so
Don't tell me you do that without a spotter.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. And so I will put weights where I'm like, this is more than I'm used to doing, but let me try it anyway.
You beast mode that shit.
Yeah. And the thing is sometimes in my mindset, I'm like, Billy, either you do this or you're going to embarrass yourself in front of everybody in this room right now. And so it'll be like when I'll take off the bench, it'll be like 300 pounds. Pick it off the bench. I'm like, okay, this is not normal, but okay, let's do this. So you go down and you're struggling going back up, and you're like, come on, Billy, don't embarrass me like this. Don't embarrass me right now. And eventually, it'll power it up and everything. So, yeah.
I like how your first thought is you're gonna embarrass yourself instead of you're gonna die. Because it's a very real possibility you could die.
Yeah, I could die.
Especially benching. Like squatting, you could snap your shit.
Yeah.
But you might not. You're probably not gonna die.
Yeah.
You'll get fucked up.
No.
For life. But benching, you'll crush your neck, your chest.
Yeah. That is true. That is true. But I keep on thinking to myself, can you imagine just like, help.
I know what you mean. It's almost like as men, we'd rather risk death and then injure ourselves to get that bar off on our own than ask for help in that manner.
Yeah.
Like I think at most you'd be like hoping somebody looks at you and you go like that, right? Like a little right there, right? Because if you go you didn't say the whole help. If you go help, you're a pussy. But if you go you're like, oh, you're still a man.
You're looking at the other guy's like, you give him the help me look eyes.
Yeah.
Help me.
Like, come on, man. And he's like, I got you. Because they all know what that look. Unless they're like, they got like autism or some shit and they don't understand social cues. Then they'd be like, oh, I get you. Oh my God.
I know, because I feel that I do that same myself too. Whenever I'm at the gym and I see some dude put some heavy ass weight, and I'm looking at him like, that might be a little bit too much for him. Let me keep an eye on him just to make sure he got this.
I do that too. Yeah. So that's cool that there's like this understanding between men, even if we will never say a word to each other at the gym. We're just kind of like, you good? Like, you got that, man?
You got that?
And you're struggling on the last rep. You're like, you good?
You good? I'm right here.
Yeah. I think we're more worried about like what you were saying, the embarrassment for them too.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't want them to die, but we're like,
But the things that what we would do is we would come in like, oh yeah, I got you. I was your spotter this whole entire time. I walked away for a little bit.
Yeah.
You know? We're not going to jump on top of him like, oh yeah, let me put this up on you.
Yeah. I used to do that. I get all dramatic, like, I would do that because I like when I first started spotting people, I was like, oh fuck, they trust me with their life.
Yeah.
So I want to show them that I'm there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm doing something.
Yeah.
Because if I just do it lightly, like, oh, here you go. Then in my mind, I'm like, do they know what I did? So then if I go like, oh yeah, especially if it's a heavy weight, I'm like, then I feel like I lifted that weight too. If it's like 350 and I'm looking around, and I'm like 150 pounds at the time, and I'm like, okay, not that, I mean, I weigh more now, but I don't even bench anymore. I don't do that shit.
What?
I don't because of my shoulders, man. I was doing decline for a while, but like my shoulders get like, I think the way my body isn't like meant for benching, honestly.
Stop that.
Dude, I benched for years.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
No shit. You know, when during my time when I was in the Navy and everything, we was out to sea. God, being surrounded by a bunch of testosterone people, fully testosterone people, it makes you want like, all right, let me prove myself real quick. And so we was out to sea, and like I put on like 275, right, bench pressing it, and then the ship rocked. So all of a sudden the weight went from even I was balanced to all the way to my left shoulder. So what happened was I had like a pinched nerve system in my left shoulder and everything. My left arm was weak as fuck. I couldn't lift anything with it. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Like I don't feel like I'm hurting, but why is it so weak right now? I can't explain it. And then it wasn't until I went to the doctor and they said, oh yeah, Bill, you have a pinched nerve system. We're going to take you off for like 6 months. So you're going to be, chilling for the next 6 months for it to heal. And so, and the doctor's like, hey, for the next 6 months, do not work out at all right? Because we need that to heal. Like, all right, cool. So for 6 months, I was a fat bitch. Oh my God, I sat around, I gained so much weight. Like, oh my God. And so after that 6 months, I went to the doctor, and the doctor's like, oh, it still looks just like the same. Let's give you another 6 months to recover. I'm like, at this point, I was fed up. I was like, I don't want to wait anymore, man. This is bullshit. And so, what I ended up doing, because one of my buddy was telling me was like, look, Billy, you just need to work on it, dude. That's all you need to do. I'm like, oh, okay. So I started going back to the gym, and I started working on my left shoulder again. Now, granted, I was using lighter weight, maybe 5-10 pounds, and it hurt. Don't get me wrong, it hurt.
Damn, you've been doing that?
Yeah.
Shit.
Just doing this, regular arm workout and stuff like that. It hurt, but like I noticed that over time, it got stronger. You know what I'm saying? Over time, I eventually, to the point where like it doesn't affect me anymore. And like I finally got I finally got my left arm back, so I'm able to go back to being bench pressing, go back to lifting heavier weights now. And that's what like, and from that was like, to me, that was like one of the more valuable lessons that I learned, is that if you're hurt, dude, you got to work on it, because if you don't work on it, you're gonna have that same pain for the next 6 months, for the next 5 years, if you don't work on it. The best way I could look at it is like, if you look at athletes, like basketball players, right? They could suffer a torn ACL, career-ending injury, and within a year or two, they're back on the court. They're running again. Versus where most people, they'd be like, oh, I tore my ACL 6 years ago, so I'm not running. That's why I'm not in shape anymore.
Dude, that is so fucking true, man.
People
do that. This excuse that they allow to like anchor and keep their life on hold.
Yeah.
Right. So don't get, I do chest. I just do all different exercises like dumbbells, and for decline, because it would start to hurt a lot. I do different lower pec exercises too. So that's a good. What I thought about too? I thought about, what if it was just your legs that was fucked up? You would have kept going to the gym and been in shape. Because guys care about legs. Isn't that true?
That is true.
Isn't that true?
That is so true.
Right?
Yeah.
I was waiting for like 30 seconds to say that. I was still paying attention, but I was like, I can't wait to say this shit. Right?
That's so true.
Like, damn, I was a fat bitch for 6 months. I don't do shit. Well, what if you had to pinch... what if your kneecap slid to the side? Right? You'd be ripped up here.
Yeah, up here.
Yeah, but as soon as we can't use our upper body, we're like, fuck, I can't do nothing. Shit.
War's over. Fuck. God,
yeah. We don't even do the legs. We're like, fuck it.
Oh my God.
In high school, there was this like, I forgot his name, but he was like a MVP of track, football, like everything, right? And then he fucked his lower body up, and he got so ripped up here. Like he looked like one of those dudes that could walk around on their hands because they have no legs. Uh-huh. You know what I mean? Just like fucking swole. That's to prove what I'm saying. My God. Right. I want to see if there's we gotta do like a survey. We gotta do a survey to see, guys, when you have injured your upper body, did you work out your lower body? And did you work out your upper body when you injured your lower body? Because even though I didn't injure my lower body, I'll skip it like 2 weeks at a time. Honestly, I'm like, fuck, who's gonna look at this?
I know,
by the time a girl sees my lower legs, my body, that part, we're already ready to go. It's the upper body.
It's the upper body.
Yeah.
I think one of the main reasons why we care about the upper body more is because, according to for most people, females that they're attracted to, they're more attracted to that V shape. That V shape form. So that's why we make sure our shoulders are a little bit wider, our chest are a little bit wider, and as we go down, it's like slimmer. And that's just what I heard.
Like a wine glass.
Like most and the thing for us guys, we like it when a girl she has that hourglass body shape.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? We're more attracted if she has that hourglass body shape, and we find that much more attractive. Just the same with the females, they find us if we have that V shape going on, they love that shit.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So that's why I think us men, we just intentionally fuck it. I'll just work on my chest and back, and give you that V shape going on. My legs, it can wait.
We don't need that.
We don't need that.
On it. I'll walk on this exercise. It's got to carry all this weight. That's my justification. Literally, I'm like, you know what? My calves get sore because I walk. That's good enough.
That's good enough, right?
Yeah, that's all I gotta fucking do, man.
Oh man.
No, I do gotta work on that. I'm actually gonna now that I'm single, I'm gonna work on my legs more because here's the interesting thing. Now that I'm single, I'm hyper attuned to my body. Like I haven't even been eating fried chicken, and I love fried chicken because I know. Except one time I did, but because I know if I eat that, it's gonna make my stomach feel weird. Because it's interesting because when you break up, you feel like everything, emotionally, even physically. Because I know that if I don't sleep, I'm gonna get sad. I know if I don't work out, I'm gonna get sad. I know if I stay in one spot too long. Like my friend would invite me to his place so I could have like a board game night with our friends, and then after 2 hours, I started getting sad because I recognized I need to keep moving. As soon as I got on the road, and then I started driving, I felt better. So that sadness only really came up at key moments that I recognize that. So I just kind of do the solution, which is if I'm hungry, I eat. If I need exercise, I need exercise. If I need to drink water, I drink water. Yeah. And then that alleviates a lot of like the physical symptoms, including the need to move. And then I check in like how do I really feel? And like 90% of the time, that was really it.
Oh shit.
Interesting, right?
Yeah.
Before I couldn't do that. Before I was crippled. Like my last relationship, like 4 years ago, I was just laying in bed all day, like, oh, fuck. And I'd be on Tinder, like looking at. There's a lot of females out there still for me, but I'd feel worse because nobody's swiping a like on me. Because Asian males, we get fucked. Online. And it's funny because I downloaded Tinder and Coffee Meets Bagel.
Coffee Meets Bagel?
It's like a more adult version of Tinder where there's people that are more serious about it. There's like a longer bio instead of. A lot of girls, they put, I'm not here to fuck. Or like, I'm a boss bitch. But on Coffee Meets Bagel, you could put, what you're passionate about, what you do for your job, all that stuff, right?
Okay.
And I had it for a couple minutes, and I looked at it, and I was swiping, and I was like, oh, fuck. Ugh. That's when I knew this is going to make your self-esteem get lower. Delete this shit. And I deleted it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't know, man. To be honest, I haven't used Tinder. I mean, or I lied. I used Tinder. It just didn't work for me. Yeah. I'm like, all right, well, I feel shitty about myself, and then no one's swiping right for me and everything.
Yeah, you felt better being alone and not realizing that there are all these people out there, right? Yeah, it's not healthy.
It's not healthy. It's not. It really is not. Oh, my God.
How do you like to meet women?
How do I like to meet women?
You.
Me? I like to make it more... I want to say more organic kind of thing. Like most of the time, I'll meet my woman like either at a bar or sometimes at school. I know if school is like a good place to go meet up with you girls and stuff like that.
For sure, yeah.
For sure. But most of the time, it's just like going out and just going to some of these parties, I guess you can say, and you just meet them there. And because usually, the funny thing is, it's usually a friend who introduces me to them most of the time.
Which is nice.
Yeah. It's like the icebreaker. Like, hey, Vanessa, this is my buddy Billy. And you're like, oh hi, blah 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 blah. How you know Al? Blah 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 blah. And then you talking, and you're like, oh, you seem like a pretty cool person. Yeah. And you start exchanging numbers, dance a little bit. I'm like, okay, well, I have your number. Well, I'll call you, all right?
I saw you at that last party.
Oh, yeah?
With that one. I saw you like, hey, let's go over here. Away from everybody else so we can talk. You know what I'm talking about. Right? You know I know. I saw that shit. I saw that move. How was that? Did you feel like there was like a connection at all, or?
I mean, I was trying to feel it out.
Yeah.
Oh, you always try to feel it out, you know. I guess like there wasn't much. And I don't try to force it, because if I'm not feeling you, then I'm like, okay, well, it's nice talking with you, you know, it's cool. But if I'm feeling you hard, like
then later I want to feel you
harder.
Yeah, it's interesting because like before, would you just not care about that and just be like, all right, let's go, let's get it?
Yeah. Most of the time, I remember when I used to pull the it's called the sailor card, you know,
the military,
my military ID. I'll go up to. I remember because I was stationed in Norfolk, Virginia, and I come back home to North Carolina. And I'll go to some of these parties, whatever, some of these clubs. And, you know, I'll talk to one of these females in the club, whatever. I was like, hey, so would you want to take care of a sailor? She's like...
Oh, my God.
She's like, what do you mean sailor? I'm in the Navy. You want to take care of a sailor? And she's like, bullshit. So I bust out my military ID. Like, see this? It's still valid. Which means I'm still in. And she's like, oh, shit. And after a while, she's feeling me. Like, all right, well, come back to my place. I'm like, I can't believe this worked.
It's crazy how some like random shit works.
Yeah.
It's weird. Yeah, because attraction, this is what I learned by actually I don't want to say his name because he's like I already told you what his name was. Because I feel like it's gonna give other guys superpowers, but I don't. Look at me being selfish because I'm single now.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Superpowers.
As if people are but I learned from him, like, dude, attraction truly is not logical at all. It doesn't make sense. People talk about like, oh, if this happens, that happens. It's like, dude, you just don't know. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like you can say the most random shit. Like when I used to do pickup, like I saw this chick at the DMV and she was in her car about to leave. And this is really creepy sounding, but like I went up to her and I knocked on the window and she rolled it down like 3 inches and she's like, yeah. She got really, she was like, who's this guy?
Very defensive.
And then the first thing I said was, and she was an Asian, and I said, do you think Asians don't belong at a DMV? And then she looked up and she was like, I think there's bad drivers of all ethnicities. And then we had a 5-minute conversation and I got a number and then we went on a date the following weekend.
Oh, shit.
It's crazy. Like you just say random shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's weird because like we think that, but nowadays though, somebody listening to this in today's social climate, me too. But it's like, it's not.
It's not. Stop it.
It's conversation, man. I'm sick of that shit. I'm happy for it for the ones that, people like Harvey Weinstein, all that fucked up shit. Yeah, fuck that guy,
fuck
right?
those guys.
But if it's just like a normal dude like us, just trying to have a conversation using humor, without getting derogatory, it's fine.
Yeah.
But there's also a lot of guys that are fucking nuts, so they ruin it for us.
Well, that's just how it is for everything, dude. There's always people out there who's going to ruin it for everybody. But yeah, dude, like, God, it sucks. And that's what sucks because now we have to walk on eggshells on what we say so we don't provoke them or trigger them. Yeah. Trigger.
They're like, sure.
Oh, my God. And the funny thing is, like, they all have, I hate to say this, but they all have common traits, I guess you can say. When you talk to people, or especially females, they have a common pattern they'll talk about, and I'm like, okay, you're one of those people. All right, I'm just gonna walk away now. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck yeah. Yes.
It's like it's crazy because there's a pattern. You see it, and you're like, oh, so if I were to try to hit on you or whatever, I will get the Me Too thing going on. I'm like, I ain't got time for this. I'm sorry, bitch. You're cute and all. I ain't got time for this right now. I'm not gonna sit there and be like. I remember I was talking to this one girl. I was like, yeah, I was doing some manly stuff, working on cars. She's like,
did you say I was doing some manly stuff?
Yeah.
You said that?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. It was one of those things.
That's funny.
Because here's the thing. And the girl would be like, Why does it gotta be a man?
I knew it. Why's it gotta be a man?
Yeah. Manly shit working on cars. You know, I'm like, oh, so I asked her, do you work on cars? And she's like, no. Oh, I was like, you know, if you would have said yes, you would have changed my mind. Because you would have been the first female that I know that worked on cars. Because most people that work on cars are men. They're men. You take a car to a dealership. Who's working on that shit? A man is.
Statistically.
Yeah.
It's not like we're saying, oh, they're not allowed to.
They're not allowed
We know
to.
there are female mechanics.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen one.
I have not seen one.
Yeah.
And so, and if you would have said yes, you would have changed my mind. And, and I'm just, it's one of those things where you say certain things. You're like, why does it have to be a man? Why does it have to be a man? I'm like, bitch, like, shut the fuck up and just let me be a man. Let me be a man. God
I know.
damn it.
Let me exist. And here's the thing. That's why, like, even with dating somebody who allows you to be in your masculine energies and not try to fucking fuck you up and shove that shit down. It's super important.
Yeah.
That's why guys cheat too.
Yeah.
Because their mate doesn't allow the man to feel like a man.
Yes.
Right?
Because think about it. Every day you come home. Why you this? Why that? Blah 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 blah. No, you can't. You're not. The man just went out there, bust his ass off to make the money to come put the roof over your head and put food on the table. And as soon as he comes home, all he hears is bitch, 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 bitch. He doesn't feel like a man anymore. That's why most men go to like strip clubs after work, because you know at least the girls in the strip club, they make him feel like a man. Even though you're paying them, she's still there. She still comforts you. She's playing with your hair. She's making sure you feel okay. She's listening to your problems at the same time, looking real good too.
You sound like you got a lot of experience with that. You got way too specific.
I'm sorry.
Like, it got so specific I could visualize it all. Because I've only been in like three strip clubs in my life. And the way you said that, I was like, Billy, how much have you done?
Not much.
Yeah. But you're just good at, you're very descriptive. So that, yeah.
And see, here's the thing. Like, I was talking to, in fact, here's the funny thing. I met this guy. He has 3 wives. Oh. Yeah, 3 wives. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, wait, what? How's this fucking work? And he's like, look, dude, as long as you're coming from the heart, not from here, not from your head, just coming from the heart, you know, everyone's cool with it. Like, if you, like, for example, if, because the way he is, he's polymistic. I forgot what.
Polyamorous.
Polyamorous. He was like, yeah, I'm polyamorous. So when he got his first wife, right, he was talking to her like, look, babe, this is how I am. You know, I feel like I need another person, and you know, and because he's being forward with it, he's being like really forward. He lets her know, versus where like he had a side bitch. You know what I'm saying? He's being like, look, I would like to have another wife if that's okay with you. And then she, you know, the way he explained to me, like, you know, you've been really good to me. You've been taking care of me and my kids. You know, yeah. You know, let's go find you that second wife. You know, you're being forward for me with this. And like, what I learned from him was that whenever I try to get girls, I'm always coming from here. I'm always trying to think of the game or what to say or whatever. Try to get her.
Head,
use my head.
Logic.
Yeah, I was trying to use that shit. Versus where I'm coming from here is like, it's a whole different game. It's like it just comes naturally. And so that's what I learned from him. And he was like, look, dude, if you just be honest with them, let them know what you're all about. You know, most of the time, either they accept you or they don't. Fuck it.
And they'll respect that. Regardless, because they're like, wow, this guy's just fucking straightforward with that stuff. And I mean, in my last relationship, around the end, I was using very much like, actually, you know, I'm not gonna even justify it because it was toxic as fuck. So I'm not gonna. No, but you're right. Using the heart, that does attract the female more, even in the beginning phase.
Yeah,
right? Like they can feel like this guy's real, and that's what made her fall for me too. Because I was just like, I was putting it out there. I was like, yo, straight up, when I met her, I was unemployed. I was like, I'm broke. I have no job, and I'm living at home. Yeah, you know. I live at home again right now because I moved back out. Of course. While we were dating, I moved to Sherman Oaks, and then you know did marketing, blah blah. Came back, and then you know, but it's different now. Yeah. Because I'm pursuing my dreams. But dog, man, dude, we got the energy.
I know, dude.
Dude, if we had like a show,
crazy, bro.
They'd be like, these 2 loud ass Asians and shit,
talking shit and everything,
talking everything. If we hung out every day, I'm pretty sure eventually I'd say everything.
Everything.
And then they be like, you fake ass Southern motherfucker.
Oh, also one thing about other thing that I do is like what people out here don't get is like I call everybody baby. Hey baby, how you doing today?
Yeah.
You know,
You do that.
I do that because you know in the South it's like a term that we like people would use it differently, like hey sugar or hey honey. You know, for me it's baby. And like I remember when I was on set, and I was like, hey baby, how you doing today? Girl was like, I'm not your baby. I'm like, no, you don't understand. You don't understand. I'm from the South. This is how we talk and stuff like that. I'm just like, I don't want to be like, hey girl, how you doing today? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know your name. You know what I'm saying? I don't know your name yet. I'm just introducing myself to you. You know?
Yeah, even dudes say that. What's up, baby? The guys. Like,
Yeah.
Hey man, what's up, baby? Right? And the girl's like, oh my god. See,
Oh my God.
That's a good test, right?
Yeah.
Like, what do you have certain tests that you do? As soon as you talk to a girl to see if they're like crazy or not good for you or that you won't vibe.
Yeah. I would just say certain things like, for example, like, hey, like for example, that, hey baby right there. I'm like, and most of the time they'll be like super defensive about it. Super defensive. I'm like, I'm not your baby. Okay. Don't call me that. I'm like, first of all, I'm not calling you my girl. You know, my girl, if you were my girl, that title is my boo. You're my boo. That means you're
Usher.
my girl.
Usher.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the title that she gets. Baby is what I call everybody else. And so to that, I'll talk about like, you know, I'll say I guess you said some things that are like, or I'll just be me, I guess you can say. I'll just be me. And sometimes like me being me, like I'll cuss a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I cuss a lot. And
I like how you reveal that as if it's like some dark secret. I'm not gonna lie, I do cuss a lot.
I do.
Yeah,
and then she would be like, and then they'll be like, oh, why you cuss too much? Oh, you're cussing way too much. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, bitch, shut the fuck up. You know? I'll say some stuff that I know that are like, according to these other people, are offensive. Like, for example, when they say, what do you choose to identify yourself? I'm like, I am a man. I'm not cisgender. I'm not whatever term that you use to describe it. I'm a man.
They've asked you that before? Yeah.
Oh, it's weird. Like I'm so used to being like, like, you know, when you fill out your paperwork and stuff like that. You know, like, you process your name, your last name, your credit card number, or whatever, and then they'll be like, okay, what do you choose that? What do you identify as? I'm like, could you not see me?
Yeah.
like what? What if I choose to identify myself as a penguin? Like, do you put me down as a penguin?
There's a white dude who wants to be identified as a Filipino.
Oh,
have you seen that?
God.
I was like, what are you?
What the fuck are you talking about?
You can't even speak Tagalog.
Yeah, bitch, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Is that I just love the culture and just love it then.
Just love it.
You don't gotta what the
Be you, but just love the thing.
See that's a problem nowadays, especially because people are so lost with their sense of self.
Yeah.
That they start changing who they are to a level it's like they create this false self.
Yeah.
Instead of healing the true self.
Yeah.
Right? Which is why there's higher levels of narcissism now. Like obviously we're both narcissistic in our own way. The narcissism lives in everybody. But there's healthy levels and then there's like really fucked up levels, which includes the false self.
Yeah.
And because they don't work on that, they'd rather avoid the pain of discovering who they are and healing things that they've gone through in the past and just really addressing those issues and growing.
Yeah.
They'd rather just feed into this false self.
Yeah.
Further and further until they lose themselves and potentially end their own life or fucking snap.
Which is sad, dude. It's so fucking sad. And the thing is, like, the sad thing is this affects both men and women.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I remember I met this guy. He seemed cool as hell. You know, I'm talking with him, whatever. And so, like, I pulled my phone up and everything, and I saw this Instagram model, and she was like, you know, she has a bikini on and everything, right? And I was showing, hey, she's pretty hot, isn't she? You know, just kind of trying to bond with a dude, right? And he's like, this is inappropriate, Billy. I'm like, oh, what the fuck, dude? Like, I thought you were cool and everything. This is
inappropriate.
So I can't share myself with you. I'm trying to create that camaraderie that we have, I thought we had. You know, I mean, I'm not expecting you to say like, oh yeah, she's hot. I'd be like, okay, she's okay, or she's all right. I've seen better. You know what I'm saying? But this is inappropriate, Bill. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? aren't you a man? I mean, what the hell?
Was this on set?
It was on set.
Oh, you know why he might have done that too? Because he might be one of those guys that act like they're a super feminist to try to get pussy.
I fucking hate those. Oh.
That's why I love Joe Rogan, because Joe Rogan talks about that.
Yeah.
And I've been noticing it, and when he talked about it, I was like, thank you for addressing what's really going on. All these fake motherfuckers, these comedians too, like, you know, as a straight man, I told you this before, but when I first started doing stand-up, I was so afraid of like getting attacked.
Yeah.
I thought I had to talk like that. I'm like, yeah, I know, you know, I'm a straight Asian male, and it's like, why? Why the fuck do we have to say that? What if you started every conversation with like, you know, I'm a straight Asian male, and you know, I have needs, but I'm not a digga. Like,
so cringy.
It's cringy.
So fucking cringy.
Again, the false self.
Yeah.
Because you're too afraid to be judged for being you.
Yeah.
Like those are the real fucking wussies of life.
Yes.
Weak-minded.
Weak-minded.
Yeah. And yeah, there's things that you shouldn't do that would be immoral or go against, like, you know, certain values, I guess, whatever it may be for, you know, I know it's subjective, but you know, it doesn't mean you got to be like racist and shit.
No, I know, I get you.
But be fucking real. Like,
yeah.
who are you?
Yeah.
And that's the reason why I'm like, fuck with the dating game again, because there's like, I have hope, because it's like, wow, there's so many people. But then again, it's like, fuck, there's a lot of people.
Yeah.
And how, you know, fuck. And then you and I, we're extra out there. So finding somebody that fits our needs and meshes with us, with our personality,
it's difficult.
It's very difficult, man.
It's very difficult.
It's fucking difficult, dude.
I remember I was dating this one girl. And like, you know, I'm just being me, like how I am to now. She's like, Billy, you're being too much. I'm like, what? Like why? I thought, how am I being too much? Like, you know, I'm just that energetic kind of guy. That's just who I am.
That's why we're the fucking same, man. High five. Because the last ex, she said, like, why do you do that? I'm like, what? Like, she's like, what did she say exactly? Okay, I'm going to paraphrase it, because I can't remember exactly, but she basically was like, she told me that she liked me when I was more tired, because then I'm not my natural energetic self.
Oh my God.
Which is, you and I were naturally energetic and positive.
Yeah.
So if somebody says that they want you to shove that down, they're saying, I don't like you and your soul.
Yeah. That's pretty much.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
and
like, what the fuck?
Fuck. And then the thing is, like, well, you've been single for a while, right? So you've been dating. How, in your experience during that time since being single, how many really truly easygoing girls have you met? Like, truly easygoing, where they like mesh with you and get you?
I met a good handful.
A handful.
That's good. But the downside is they're already taken.
Okay. Oh, right, aren't they?
I was like, oh my God. When you finally connect with somebody, like, oh my God, you and I, we should be together.
Yeah.
Oh, well, my boyfriend's gonna be here in a little bit. I'm like,
It
shot
hurts,
in
right?
the heart.
It hurts.
It's shot in the heart. It's just like, oh my God, you're so perfect. I know.
I'm gonna be in that boat now.
Well, you know,
in that boat, man.
We're gonna be on the boat together, baby.
No, man.
Until
shit.
It's a very rare thing when you meet a cool ass girl who you can mesh with, bond with, who's single, and if she is single, she isn't looking right now. She's like, no, I'm just gonna focus on me right now. I'm like, look, baby, I hear you. I just want to be on the same boat with you right now. You know what I'm saying? So that way, if we do, you know, like, so happen to connect even more, you know, I want to be that guy, be like, yeah, you know, I'm your man now, right?
Yeah, but they're so free spirited.
Yes.
Like, that's the thing too, because that's why they're growing so much.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to be tied down, so they can just explore, experience, and become an even greater version of themselves. Yeah. And the reason why I really liked my ex so much is because it came from insecurity, because I felt like she would never cheat or leave, and she was really hot too. Wow. Because she wouldn't really go out there and do a bunch of stuff. But so that's on me. So I started feeling like it was boring. Honestly. Because, you know, like, we're following our passions, and when you meet somebody who's not going ham like that, dude, it's kind of like, it's a turnoff.
It is.
After a while, after having sex for so long, it's like, does it even feel that good anymore? Do you know what I mean?
I know what you're saying. It's like she's boring. She has no character after that.
No
after that
true personality.
True personality. Yeah, I feel you on that. I feel you on that. I've done that before a couple of times myself. I'm just like, all right, well, it's just sex now. That's it.
And then they get, I don't know if you went through that, but she started complaining about how I wouldn't fuck her. Because I couldn't, because we had so many problems emotionally. I just didn't feel turned on.
Yeah.
Anymore. Like, I know she's hot, but dude, really, why do we get fucking erect? Because mentally we get stimulated.
Yeah.
It starts up here, which ties in with the emotions.
Yeah. Unless she starts giving you a blowjob in the middle of it.
That too. So it's still gonna go up on its own. But I mean, like when you feel that disconnected,
Yes.
how much better is it when you bust, when you feel connected and things are
Oh,
going
dude,
right?
it feels so much more better.
It's like one of those where like you're like gonna get an aneurysm. Like,
yeah.
ah!
Oh my god.
But then when you're not connected like that, around the end for me, it was just like busting the bus. Kind of like when you wake up in the middle of the night, you're like, fuck, my stomach hurts. I'm gonna go masturbate. I did that last night. I did that last night. Because I didn't do it for a while, and I was like, fuck, my stomach hurts. I think I had blue balls or something. So I fucking busted a nut, man.
Oh my
I just shot it into the sink, and I went back to sleep. That's an easy cleanup.
god. Easy cleanup.
Easy peasy, man.
Easy.
It's no problem, dude. So like, but she didn't get that. She like, we went to couples therapy, and she was like, oh yeah, he won't fuck. He doesn't fuck me. He has a low libido. And I explained to her so many times, because I'm very honest too. I was like, we're not connected. Like shit's been fucked up, and I'm trying to fix that. And I think, I mean, and they say sometimes, yeah, you should still have sex to like, you know, keep up with that. But I tried, but then it just wasn't. It felt robotic.
So that, I think it's just coming back to what we were saying earlier. It's all about, you're not coming from here anymore. You're not coming from the heart anymore. You're just coming from here, like ego, or you're like, you know, we just fucked, you know, whatever. Animals. And so because the connection's not there, and yeah, dude, unfortunately, that's true though. You know what I'm saying? And that happens like with most couples who've been together for like a long time. I think that's the one of the common thing with couples is that when you've been together for such a long time and everything, you realize each other's faults, and you haven't accepted each other's faults, and because you haven't accepted that, you know, you're just like you kind of resent them in a way.
Very true.
You know.
Very true. And sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
No.
Because in a weird, crazy way, you feel that they're holding you back. That's the thing. You feel like they're holding you back, and you want to stay with this person because you know it's consistent, it's secure. It's like coming home, right? When you're with this person, but because this person at the same time, you feel like they're holding you back. You're not allowing being you. You're not pushing yourself to be the best you. Versus where like if your partner was consistently pushing you, all right, let's do this, you know, and making you feel like you're like a real human being, you know, and that's where most people don't lose that connection, because they all are like in their own world, their own mind. Like they're like, okay, I had to deal with work. This is my stuff. I'll come home and deal with Mike whenever I can. Versus we're like, hey, Mike, you know, I know you're going through some hard times. I know we're going through some hard times, but you know, let's try to work things out. You know what I'm saying? Versus we're like, I'm just doing my shit. Fuck it. Oh, you're going through that? Fuck it. I'm just gonna do my stuff. Yeah. You know?
The human connection. So I mean, now that goes even further than just being allowed to feel like a man.
Yes.
It's like it's that, you know, should be there, but also the human thing you talked about. Because I literally took 2 weeks off of stand up. I did maybe like one mic a week, so that's fucking nothing, you know. Oh. And I spent that time where I'm busy chasing my dreams to try to heal us and hang out, and that still wasn't enough for her, because she doesn't. And you know, I told her, I think I'm holding you back. Mm-hmm. And the reason why I said that is because she didn't realize a dream. I don't even know what her actual dream is. Mm. She never really talked about it, you know. And I think she was, and I read this in the book, The War of Art. It talks about how sometimes we get into relationships and we go out of our way to really support the significant other who is chasing a dream and working hard because we're too afraid to do that on our own. So we throw it all into them, right? Because we feel like maybe we're not good enough or something, whatever it may be. So all this time I felt like it was true support when in fact it was, I think it's a form of like escapism, right? Like I'm helping somebody else achieve their dream, but I'm not doing anything for myself. And I think there was a resentment in that.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. That's a little like deeper, right?
Yeah.
Like that's a little tougher on this. You really like were in it, but I truly believe that.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well,
That got real, huh?
That got real, yeah.
Got fucking real.
But was she like supportive of your dreams then? Let me ask you that.
Well, she would show up to my shows and you know, literally every show. But as we went further into it, I started to see that she would start drama at like key moments. And I think she would do that to kind of like, because she saw how much, because when I met her, like I told you, I was broken as fuck. But then as we started going further into it, my growth started to skyrocket.
Yeah.
And I think that probably scared her that she might lose me. And I even told her, I was like, you know, the things you're doing, and we've had multiple conversations about this. I talked to her. I'm not just talking shit. I was upfront about this. Like, I think you're doing this because you're afraid to lose me and you're sabotaging. And I'd always bring it up around the end. Like, it was just there. Yeah.
God damn. See, you know what you need to do? You need to go find yourself a Conor McGregor's girl. You heard a story about that?
Dude,
she's a ride or die chick.
Dog, she is real, man. And I'll be honest, the reason why I kept dating her too was because I read the story from rags to riches.
Yeah.
Like how awesome is that to be able to have a chick who was there from the start?
Yes.
And I would fantasize about that, and I wanted that so bad.
We all do.
Even though I was like, this ain't working.
Yeah.
But I was still like, let's try to make this work, even when it was like beyond that point. And some of us, we're just not lucky.
We're just not lucky.
Yeah.
I know. But damn, like Conor McGregor, like, can you imagine that being broke, living on welfare? Your wife or your girlfriend's like, you know, don't worry, baby, just go do you. I'll work. I'll put food on the table.
Yeah.
You know, you train and stuff like that. And just like, oh my God, I would love for someone to support me like that, to show me some, or give me that kind of support at least.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, like she would have done that for us. She let me use her car all the time. But unless they're okay with themselves and they don't have like these other like internal issues going on, then I don't think it's true support. Then it's like I said, it's a form of escape. And I don't know Conor McGregor's wife. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
We don't know. We don't know.
But I mean, she seems stable enough to fucking deal with his fucking insanity. Or maybe it's like a super codependent relationship, right? Like, because that's real too.
That is real too.
Yeah.
That's real too.
Damn, I don't know. Look at us both talking like now we're talking like we want relationships and shit. You know, I was fine. I was like, no, I'm gonna be single. Now I'm like, fuck. Yeah, man. How long you been single for, man?
Well, 4 years now, actually, to be honest. Since I moved out here to LA, because I'm not gonna lie, like moving out here to LA was a weird change up. And you know, especially meeting girls out here. Don't get me wrong, I fucked here and there. But like meeting a girl that you can really, really bond with, like you like, oh my gosh, she's cute, she's funny, and we just bond with, for me, it's a rare thing. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Other people can do it just fine. Maybe I'm just bad luck. I don't know.
Maybe because you're meeting them at bars.
Maybe. Man, I meet them everywhere. I meet them everywhere. I meet them on set. I meet them like going to the store, at the gym.
Oh, everywhere.
Everywhere.
Oh, but you know what though? You're right about that, because it doesn't matter, because if it was that easy,
yeah,
we'd all be the happiest motherfuckers on earth, right?
Motherfuckers, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, because you know, you meet these people, they seem cool, whatever, but like, I don't know, man. I just the connection's just not there. I mean, I like, don't get me wrong. I will love to go to bed with you. You know, don't get me wrong. You're hot. Yeah, sure. But it's just the fact that I can't connect with you. And it's just like, oh my God. Like, I remember one time I was talking about I was talking to this one girl. I was talking about Pokemon, right? Because you know, just a regular conversation and everything. You know, because I look at her like, you know, you're about the same age as I am. You probably went through the '90s and everything. You probably watched Pokemon at some point in your life. She's like, what's Pokemon? I'm like, oh my God. What? like, okay, all right. Well, let me try something else. You know, I'm just trying to spew the conversation and everything. So I don't know, man. Like, God. I don't know. Like, I guess like how I said, you know, I just feel like I'm just kind of bad luck out here. You know, when you finally meet somebody, you can intellectually have a nice conversation about the most random, and you could just be you. I feel like whenever I talk to some of these girls out here, I'm not me. I'm not being me. And that's what I think that's what's fucking me up, is because I'm playing this game. This is not who I am, but you know, I'll tell you what you want to hear. But versus when you actually meet a person, when I meet a girl that like I could just be me and feel comfortable. And again, you know, she has a boyfriend or she's got to leave, you know? And as men, like for me, I feel like we had to keep our emotions together as men in general. You can't really exploit that. I rarely never cry in front of people. But when I actually tell you that I like you, it's almost unbearable. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I'm opening myself up to you, and I'm admitting that I like you. I remember one time I told you that like I mean, this girl, you know, she was a bartender at the bar that I was doing security over at, and you know, I talked with her. She was cool, awesome girl, you know. And don't get me wrong, she was beautiful. She was a beautiful woman. But as I get to know her, as I get to talk with her, as we got to go out and have fun, do things, karaoke and stuff like that, you're like, oh shit, what the hell is this going on here? What's going on in here? Like, why? You know?
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell? And so I remember she had to leave. She had to go back to Seattle and everything. And I'm like, fuck, dude, let me. And you know, and you're contemplating in your mind. You're like, yo, you need to tell her. You need to tell her. You know, you need to tell her how you feel. I'm like, no, don't. Oh no, right? Yeah. And so eventually, at the very end, you know, right before she was about to leave, right before this was the last time I go see her again, I was like, hey, I got to tell you something. She's like, what? I'm like totally digging you right now. And it was like the hardest thing for me to do. I'm not gonna lie. When I told her that, my body stiffened up, like my neck just like you know, it just like it hurt. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt like I was being very, very vulnerable to you right now. And I think it was an odd feeling because I never felt that. I haven't felt that in a while. I meant to say, I haven't felt that in a while, and stuff. And so she hugged me and stuff, and she's like, relax. I'm like, I'm trying to relax. I'm sorry. I'm just feeling really vulnerable right now. This is not normal for me. Okay, I'm sorry. But like after that, I feel like, you know, I was fucked up after that. You know what I'm saying? She left, whatever, and I was feeling down. I don't know, for some reason I was feeling down at that point. You know, and it was weird because I think one of the things I was trying to figure out, why am I feeling like this? Why am I feeling down? You know, I think it was just one of the things where it's like I tell you all the time, like I broke character. You know, I feel like I broke character because this is not how I am. I'm not this vulnerable guy, whatever and stuff. But whenever I tell a girl that I like you, most of the time I can say it and it just comes off easy, right?
But maybe it's because you didn't connect with them that much.
Yeah.
It was just enough for you to feel attracted and be like, yeah, I would hang out with you.
Yeah.
Right? That's why.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But that's pretty much my spiel about trying to get into a relationship, I guess you can say.
So since that happened, how have you been feeling?
I mean, after contemplated, after, you know, reestablish myself and everything, you know, remind yourself, hey, Bill, you're still this alpha male. Come on now. Get yourself together. Stop being a little bitch. Dude, I'm like my worst critic. Dude, I'm hard on myself.
Man, you gotta be your own best friend.
You gotta be your own best friend. You gotta be your own motivator. Dude, you know what I'm saying? Because there'll be times where like I feel like shit, right? I wake up like you don't feel like doing it. You know, you don't feel like doing shit that most people would just do on a regular basis. But you know, in my mind, I'm like, I keep on telling myself like, Billy, quit being a little bitch. You don't want to be like everybody else, right? That's why you moved out here, right? Like, yeah, fine, get you a little bitch ass up, you know? And so, yeah, dude, like that's how I after a while and everything, contemplated, fixed myself and everything. I'm back, or I guess you say I'm back to normal, I guess you could say.
I almost believe you.
You're almost with me?
I almost believe you.
Oh, believe me.
No. The only reason why I'm not saying I don't believe you, but it's just, you know, when you say you're not this vulnerable guy, you are. You're just not used to showing that side. And I'm not either. Like when it comes to women, I've only been in 2 relationships, but we're used to showing ourselves in like this funny guy way or like with like opinions, you know, but I think that convinces ourselves that we are vulnerable.
Uh-huh.
But there's that deeper side where we can get hurt.
Yeah.
It's like, I'll tell you what I think. I'll tell you about my dick. Is it small or not? I don't give a damn. Say what you want.
Yeah.
But then it's like, I like you. Like, all right. You know what I mean? It's crazy how these emotions just, how powerful they are.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's so fucked up and everything.
Especially as we get older. Don't you feel it more?
Yeah. It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
Because you keep saying, I don't give a fuck. But we do give a fuck.
give a fuck.
Yeah. We like, I don't give a fuck. A lot of times when I say I don't give a fuck, I do give a fuck.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it just comes towards whenever it comes to women. I guess you can say we, or at least for me, I feel more vulnerable and stuff like that. When everybody else, like, you know, friends, family, you're like, oh, okay, cool. I think it's just the either, I don't know, maybe it's just the Asian side of me because, you know, growing up, like you said, your dad never told you, oh, good job, son, and stuff like that. I think it kind of rubbed off on me. But the thing is, like, I remember one of my ex-girlfriends, she's like, you never say you love me. You never say you love me. I'm like, bitch, do you not see me drive 6 hours every weekend to come see you? Do you not see when you were thrown in jail, who did you call? Me. And who was the first one there to bail you out? Me. Right? Who was there? And you say that I don't love you? Like, what the fuck? Just because I don't say it, my action speaks louder than words, baby. Come on now. You need to know that shit.
Well, maybe with her, that was somebody that thrown in jail and you know, all that stuff. There's some needy ass people out there, man.
People, yeah.
Yeah, and you know, I made a whole list about what I want in the next relationship. Like, you know, no clinginess, no neediness. They have to be pursuing something. The hardest part is finding the person that's pursuing something. Yeah. How hard is it to even meet like homies that pursue shit? Like really like go for it or even believe in it.
Yeah.
Themselves. You don't meet many people.
No.
You meet a lot of dudes that talk like they fucking care. Mm-hmm. They talk.
They talk.
They don't do.
It's two different things.
It's two completely fucking different things, man.
Yeah. Damn.
This is both inspiring me and defeating me. like thinking about this, I'm just like, fuck.
Go take a cold shower, motherfucker.
I know, right?
I
did take a cold shower.
I did.
Well, I took a warm shower because I felt like a bitch, and I was like, finish it with cold.
No. So you're baby it. You're being a bitch right now.
I know. No, you're right.
You had to go jump right in.
You're right. I used to do that.
Well, you need to get back into it.
Yeah. Are you still doing that?
Yes, I did it before I came here.
Oh shit! And you got hyped as fuck?
I got hype as fuck, dude.
Did you drink coffee?
Huh? I had an energy drink though.
What kind of energy drink?
It was called Rain. I think that's what it's called. Rain.
Is that new? Why does it look like Transformers?
I don't know. I think they recently came out with this like late last year.
Oh, it's like a medieval mask.
Yeah, it's a medieval mask.
With
Yeah,
a king crown. Or something.
Yeah. It's like I think it's competing against like almost like Bang. You know?
Oh yeah, Bang. Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't. You don't get jitters.
No. I think for jitters, I feel like I get more jitters from coffee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I get that from coffee.
Because either that or I I don't have food in my stomach or anything like that. Usually if you go hungry, if you have not eaten anything in a while and you take either coffee or energy drink, of course you can get jitters. Fuck, because there's nothing in there to help absorb that shit. Yeah, but yeah, dude, I've been doing this whole cold shower thing for a couple of days now and everything. I remember I tell people this all the time. Like, yeah, dude, like I wake up 5:30, I take a cold shower. People are like, why would you do that? Why would you torture yourself? I'm like, well. It's a mental thing, you know what I'm saying? It's a mental thing, and I need that challenge. I need that fucking thing to push me to it because you gotta get comfortable with feeling uncomfortable. Absolutely. And I feel like at least with that, I can control. You can control taking a cold shower. When I was listening to David Goggins' his little podcast and his little audiobook, he said, dude, when I wake up in the morning, I do my 10-mile run. I come home and do what I need to do because at least in his home he could control that, right? That's the discomfort that he could control. But the moment he leaves the house, it's out of his hands. You can't control whatever happens out there. So you gotta get used to do that. So that way, when shit does happen, you're like, okay, I've been through worse. This is not bad. You know.
That's so fucking true.
Yeah.
And there's a level of fulfillment and satisfaction that derives from purposely putting yourself into these positions where you are uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And then you do it.
Yeah.
Even the gym, like, dude, how many? For me, most of the time, I don't really want to go, but I know when I go, I feel better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm never truly hyped. Once in a while I am, but
Once in a while.
I'm just kind of like, oh, I got to do this.
Yeah.
You know, and that teaches discipline.
It does.
And I think it's a way of showing yourself that you respect yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And I think that's why, like I was telling you, like I feel like I got soft when I got out of the military. Because, you know, in the military, you're consistently dealing with bullshit, doing this, doing that, stress, discomfort. But, you know, in the military, I was able to overcome those discomfort. And therefore, when you overcome these kind of obstacles, you build up self-confidence. You're very confident in yourself. I remember one time I came home, like I was walking tall, you know, differently. My arc was differently, and people would be like, "Why are you walking around like you're better than us?" I'm like, "I'm not walking around like I'm better than you guys.
My posture just got better.
My posture just got
man.
better.
Yeah,
because I've been through some shit that you guys have not been yet. You know what I'm saying? But some people would never understand that shit. People would, because they're so used to being comfortable, and then the moment that you give them some sort of discomfort, any kind of discomfort, they avoid it. You know.
That's funny. Like they literally would say, "Why do you think you're better than us?"
Yeah. Yeah.
Who are these people? Do you still talk to them?
My cousins.
Oh, family. Okay.
Family.
Yeah. That's right. I was about to say, but besides the family,
family, no, I don't give a fuck about that.
I'd be like, kick them out
Yeah,
of your
like,
life,
like,
man.
get the fuck
Anybody,
outta here.
dude. All these people trying to suppress. Well, even then, like that's fucking toxic. But they're your family, so
Yeah.
you gotta. I guess you gotta deal with
You gotta deal with that shit.
it. Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Fuck that shit. That's why, like, you know, for 2020, also, I'm just only trying to surround myself with good people, positive people. If they got shit, we could talk about it. You know,
Yeah.
if they're going through things, that's normal.
That's
but
normal.
if you're a Debbie Downer, I'm really trying not to, like, I'm trying to make sure it doesn't sound like I'm talking shit, but it's not. It's fact. The last relationship, very pessimistic person. It's like trying to keep that person afloat and yourself afloat. Mm-hmm. And it's just hard to do. It's hard. It's just.
And it's sad. Yeah. It's sad. I mean, for me, or at least in 2020, because I started doing this like halfway through 2019. I like to surround myself with like strong mental people. Like, for example, like alpha males. I like to surround myself with other alpha males, because there's this saying: if you surround yourself with losers, you become a loser unconsciously.
True.
But if you want to be a millionaire, you surround yourself with millionaires, so that whatever they have, they could rub it off on you. So that's why I like to surround myself with other men. When I say men, not the soy boy, men.
Soy boys, yeah.
Because like I've noticed that there's a lot of soy boys out here in LA, and I've seen them, and I'm not gonna lie, I surround myself with them. Because they're like, I guess they're everywhere, and they seem cool, right? And then you unconsciously start becoming like them. You're like, oh, that's kind of offensive. Like, wait, what? Shut the fuck up, Billy. This is not you, okay?
Dude, that's so fucking true, man. And even in like relationships, like because you're gonna be around this person all the time. If they are weak-willed or weak-minded, you eventually it rubs off onto you. You start complaining, and I found myself starting to do that shit.
I know.
Right, but now I'm reclaiming my masculine energy.
Yeah, own that shit, dude. Own that shit. What?
Nothing. No, I have no thought. There was no real thought.
You know, what's funny thing is like when life. I remember in the beginning, 2019. Shit hit the fan for me. I was literally breaking down, and I remember talking to my mom, and I was like about to cry and stuff like that. My mom said to me, "Don't cry, son. Don't cry." I'm like, "But Mom, it's so hard. I know, but don't cry. You know why? One of these days, you're gonna have a wife and kids of your own." And you need to be comfortable with getting through some rough, tough shit, because it's not just for you, it's for your wife and your kids. Because when they see you, because for me, whenever shit's happening, I'll cry. I'm like, oh my God, the world's about to end. But if I see your dad and he's calm with it, for some reason in my mind, I think everything's gonna be okay. But if I see your dad cry, I'm like,
shit's fucked up.
All shit's fucked up.
It's done.
It's done. And so I think that's the thing. What most people, I guess for me, after hearing that, I'm like, yeah, you're right, Mom. I need to reclaim my masculinity. I need to be stronger mentally and stuff like that. So that way, if I do cry, shit's really bad right now.
Yeah, no, but because that's true. Like I was that rock, but over time, when you're always around that negativity,
yes,
it chips away with you, and even the strongest man eventually falls.
Yeah,
and I didn't fall, but I lost myself.
Yeah.
I did, and like somebody could argue, well, you could have stayed stronger the whole time, so then she would have. It's like no, it's not my responsibility to constantly take care of them.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the end of the day, regardless of the equality and all that shit, the way it works, like I think biologically and on animal instinct, is they look towards the man. Yeah. How is the man, or whoever is the one with the more masculine energy in the relationship? If you're, not straight or whatever.
Shit, better be you. Fuck.
Yeah, I know, right. So no, that's real as fuck, and I think eventually we will find. Or not even just find or bump into that right person, whoever the fuck it may be. But as long as we are continuing our climb, because, there's better friends came around, right? As you've been doing this, better people, like all this shit. And, shit, man. Well, dude, this was a fucking fire ass conversation, man. Yeah, we went from like hype as fuck to like, let's get real. Yeah. We like peeled away that energy, and then we went to, dog, this is me.
This is me, how I feel.
I'm here. But it's good.
Yeah.
It's good. I love these type of conversations when we can be just very honest, because we got nothing to hide. No. There's no like one upping here. Like, what the fuck? We're dude, we can't.
No.
It's just, I mean, you're bigger than me, but and you look bigger on camera. even though I'm sitting a little closer to it, but like besides that, but yeah, do you want to plug any of your social media? You don't have to if you don't want to.
Oh yeah, though I have an IG. I usually post funny workouts on there. It's XTOTHEFIVE. That's X to the 5. So I post a lot of funny workout videos. It's not just me lifting weights and stuff like that. It's more like, hey, how we doing while I'm working out and stuff.
Casual. Yeah, voyeuristic. But guys, by the way, thank you, Billy, for being here.
Oh no, thank you for having me.
Handshake. Guys, this has been a fantastic episode. We had our highs. Well, we didn't really have a low. We just got real. That's not a low. That's honest. Real. That's honest.
Got real.
Got real. Hopefully you enjoyed it. To the X, I do appreciate the relationship we had. I'm not here trying to talk shit. I'm just saying facts. Highly doubt you're listening to this, but this is more for the people that think I'm maybe talking shit, but it's not talking shit. It's just some real shit.
It's just get it out the chest.
Yeah.
Get it out the chest.
Yeah. So anyways, this has been the Set Breaker Podcast, and I will see you next time. And I can't do ooh anymore because my friend Paul Antonio told me that Jimmy Shin does the ooh at the end of every podcast. So I'm just gonna go, yeah.
Yeah.